It was only after India Today's big news break that Union Minister Sadanand Gowda has managed to get an exemption from himself. Remember, he was a minister on one of the first flights on Monday when domestic aviation resumed. But instead of going in for the mandatory institutional quarantine when he landed in Bengaluru, he got into his official vehicle, went straight home, even attended a cabinet meeting. It was because after India Today's news break that now some exemptions have been managed on the side. But is this really something that should have been done at a time when COVID-19 cases are at their peak? India Today is continuing to report this story.
When domestic flights resumed on Monday after 2 whole months, one of the first passengers landing in his home state of Karnataka was Union Minister Sadanand Gowda. Upon arrival at the Bengaluru airport, instead of proceeding to compulsory institutional quarantine for all inbound passengers, Minister Gowda got into his official car and went straight home. A clear violation. India Today was the first to seek an explanation from the minister.
There's a lot of news that you came in from Delhi and not under institutional quarantine. The rules are that anyone who comes from Delhi should go under institutional quarantine, sir.
Sir, I am a pharma minister, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is my responsibility to tour across the country, and I should see that the sufficient production is there, sufficient supply is there. So, exemption in the exemption clause, it is clearly mentioned that any persons pertaining to pharma sector, they are allowed to move across the country.
As the rest of the media followed India Today's news break, the minister was forced to attempt another clarification.
If I am quarantined, what will happen, sir? If the doctors are quarantined, if the persons who are supplying medicines are quarantined, if the nurses are quarantined, what will happen? So they can't equate me with the other persons.
But the exemption that Minister Gowda was flaunting didn't actually exist on paper. Ignoring calls for a more detailed explanation, the minister proceeded on his work, even attending a cabinet meet with Karnataka ministers at the Vidhan Sauda. As he emerged, India Today once again sought a reply.
I come under the exemption list for each and every SOP that will be issued either by the central government or the state government. There will be an SOP, standard operating procedure, where pharma is included. So I am included.
While wheels had begun to turn to figure out a defense for the minister, there was expected support from the Karnataka government.
Particularly the medical personnel and defense personnel and the minister on duty is exempted. So on that ground, he has come here and is attending. He has come under duty to just assess the situation.
But with rising pressure taking on a political hue,
I think this is absurd. This is the heights of absurdity that a union minister who has to set an example to society at large is playing with the lives of so many people. And he's saying that, look, I'm exempt. Who exempts him? Who has given him the authority to just move about?
the Karnataka government announced fresh exemptions for ministers. This was effected through an addendum to the central government's standard operating procedures. Clearly an afterthought. While the Karnataka government and Minister Gowda are testing the matter as closed now.
Should go by the protocol. There is nothing. He can go, let it be there, let it convince there, let the team of doctors go and let the test. Without entering the place, without having a positive, without a consent test, he can't run away like that. You can't allow him to flee like that.
He is day in, day out, as a part of a corona warrior he is working. The frontline warriors, be it the cabinet, the state officers, or our doctors and others, doesn't need quarantine.
BJP and Karnataka government have defended Union Minister Sadanand Gowda. The opposition has questioned the timing of the order released by the Karnataka government. Not just the opposition but also people on social media have called out the dual standards of the Netas. Nagarjun Dwarkanath for India Today.
Okay, joining me live, S. Prakash of the Karnataka BJP, the ruling party in the state that to which Sadanand Gowda is a union minister from. We also have Aishwarya Mahadev of the opposition Congress party. But first, I want to go across to India Today's Nagarjun Dwarkanath, who broke the story on Monday. Naga, Is the government treating this issue as closed, or is there still some heat over it? Because you have people like DK Shivakumar and others pointing fingers and saying this is a terrible example and this is about the safety of the public.
Well, the government, in fact, has closed this issue yesterday. They didn't make much more noise about this, except for 2 cabinet ministers coming and defending the central minister. But today, the Congress president of Karnataka here has gone out and said that it seems fishy for him because the date of addendum which came in yesterday was May 23rd, but it was released late last night. Why did this happen? Why did the notification was not released on May 23rd itself? So everything seems like it was done to help the union minister is what the opposition is crying. Not just the opposition, but also on Twitter and on Facebook, a lot of criticism for Karnataka government that how did this union minister skip quarantine? And if the notification was on May 23rd, why was it released on May 25th? So a lot of questions for the Karnataka government to answer, but at this point of time, they've moved ahead from this issue and are not speaking much about it, except for the opposition in Karnataka.
Okay, Nagarjun, thank you very much for that. Mr. Prakash, this looks really bad, okay? The fact is that this entire, you had Sadananda Gowda first saying, I am exempt, I am exempt, I am exempt. After he said, I am exempt about 4 times, then the government had to issue an exemption addendum to the standard operating procedures. If he was exempt from the start, then what was the need for this exemption notice afterthought? And if there was no exemption, when he actually got into his car at the airport and went home, didn't he break the law?
No, he is in the forefront of fighting the pandemic as a union minister. Under him, the pharmaceutical ministry comes under him. He is also in charge of the fertilizers and chemicals and fertilizers. The farmers need fertilizers. He has come to Bangalore only to oversee the smooth flow of fertilizers and the medicine that is required to fight the pandemic. And he is a union minister. It is his duty to take stock of the situation. Even pilots are exempted. But air hostesses are exempted. Many such categories are exempted.
But sir, what was the need for the notification then? Then why the need for the why the need for the fresh exemption? The reason I'm asking, I'll tell you why I'm asking.
It looks very ridiculous.
I'll tell you why I'm asking, Mr. Prakash. I'm not going to be unreasonable. I'm not going to be unreasonable with you. Yes, he's a minister. Yes, he has a very important charge.
I'm not saying, I'm not saying you are unreasonable.
I know what you're saying. Hear out my question. I am simply saying that at a time when the people of India are told that there is going to be no exception, there are many ministers conducting their work on video conference, limiting their travel as much as possible. It just looks very bad because people have postponed their trips to Bengaluru and Karnataka because of this notification that says mandatory quarantine for all inbound passengers. And when you have a minister who does this without an existing on-paper exemption, it sends out the wrong message. Nobody is taking away the fact that Mr. Sadananda Gowda has an extremely important frontline role, sir, but he has broken the law.
No, he has been exempted from the quarantine.
Post facto.
Notification to that effect has also been issued. And secondly, he got himself tested for the coronavirus yesterday. He has received the report today and he has found negative. There's a negative in that report.
God forbid, what if he was positive, sir?
And I am at loss to understand, is this a big issue today?
No, it's not.
Whether Mr. Sadananda Gowda, a union minister who had come here to work for the benefit of the people, should quarantine himself? Is that a serious issue? Tell me, sir.
Let me just tell you very clearly something, sir.
Before making Mr. Sadananda Gowda,
I know Mr. Sadananda Gowda.
I would like to say.
No, I understand.
So 1 second.
I'll tell you why it's a big issue. I'll tell you why it's a big issue before I bring Aishwarya.
None of them followed any social distancing.
I will openly commend everything that Mr. Sadananda Gowda does. I have reported on him. I have interacted with him. He's a very friendly man, professional politician, does everything by the book. That is the reason why he's being held to these important standards, sir, because someone like him who's been a former chief minister, now a union minister, should set the standards at a time when the government expects everyone to follow the rules. That's the reason. I personally like Mr. Sadananda Gowda very much. He's a very friendly guy. I am simply saying that as a person who is a professional, he should have followed the rules, and it looks bad that there is a post facto exemption. Aishwarya, how much of a problem is this? The government is treating this matter as closed for the moment.
Discharge, and he is doing that.
I think it wouldn't be a problem at all if COVID-19 understood what an exemption list was, right? Because the government may issue as many notifications that it wants, but who the disease affects and doesn't affect is something that the disease itself seems to know. Mr. Sadanand Gowda has to be a responsible individual. He's coming in from a high-risk state. It's not about only his safety, but the number of people whose lives he is jeopardizing. If, for example, God forbid, he had tested, if he had something and he sat in on a cabinet meeting, he would have crippled the entire state, the leadership and the state of the BJP government. You realize this is not about the politics. This is about the high-risk situation that is there. And as a minister, he needs to set an example. And the embarrassing fact is, Mr. Prakash said he came back with a negative test. If he had just shown that and say, okay, I apologize, then there's an exemption list, it would have been fine. But the dodgy game of having a backdated update, because Shiv, your reporters especially, both Nagarjun and Nolan, have been on top of the game in terms of telling us what the government and the ministry is doing. And
you have the original copy of the
along with the Department of Health and Family Welfare, there is no announcement about an exemption. A backdated exemption just seems like they're trying to cover up what is already wrong.
Yes. Okay. I'll ask a question.
Because this is extremely irresponsible.
Mr. Prakash,
it is not about an.
Okay, I don't want to get into this backdated thing. Okay, let's leave that backdated.
Pharmaceutical industry and being a pharma minister.
Yeah, the backdated exemption is one issue. I am simply saying, Mr. Prakash,
this dereliction of duty right there.
Let me ask a question. Mr. Prakash, you can respond to that. Let me just ask one small question. You can answer both. I am saying that, God forbid, yes, Mr. Sadanand Gowda had that test yesterday to show that he was negative. I am simply saying that was done because there was a whole amount of media pressure, etc. about this exemption which came later and it was an afterthought. I am saying, God forbid, if Mr. Sadanand Gowda had tested positive. Nobody wishes that. I hope that never happens. I am saying, in case that had happened, how irresponsible would that have been, sir, considering that he had gone home, met his family, attended a cabinet meeting, etc.?
First of all, he did not attend any cabinet meeting. State cabinet meeting, Sadanand Gowda will not attend, he cannot attend.
So we saw those pictures at the Vidhan Sauda where he was with the others.
Vikas Sauda to test. I am clarifying,
yes, I got it.
To take stock of the medical supplies which is needed to fight the COVID-19.
Yes,
to take stock of the fertilizer supply which is very essential for our farmers. He performed his duty, and as a minister he is responsible for that. Secondly, he was in Delhi at his residence, not coming out, working from the home, and from there he straight away went to the airport and came to
But
Bangalore.
Sir, it is your government, sir, which has created the quarantine compulsions.
Responsibility does not arise. That would be
Mr. Prakash, your own government has made it mandatory for inbound passengers to be quarantined for 14 days, sir.
It's
your government, it's not the central government of the Congress party, sir.
Without observing the minimum social distancing. Were they not endangering the life of many who participated the agitation on that day?
Sir,
making sweeping charges against others is very
sir, I don't understand this. I don't understand this, Mr. Prakash. I don't understand this. Your own government, Aishwarya, this is the government. Sir. You yourself have evolved these quarantine norms, sir. If I come to Bengaluru tomorrow, I enjoy no such exemptions. I am on the front line of the COVID-19 fight by reporting for viewers. I am an essential commodity as media. But if I fly to Bengaluru, as you know, Mr. Prakash, you are my friend. You know that I live in Malleshwaram. My parents live there. If I fly to Bengaluru tomorrow, I still have to stay 14 days in institutional quarantine, or at least 7 days. I have no exemption. I am simply asking that, Aishwarya, that where do these exemptions come from? These are the norms made by your government.
I see, Shiv, this is what we're trying to say, right? In Canada, there's something that they say, atte ko nyaya, sose ko nyaya. And just because somebody came in at a later point, then you decide to completely change the law. I want to commend the Department of Health and Family Welfare for having very precise rules, for having massive reporting, and then I've been following it very closely. And at no point have I seen such fabulous exemptions for ministers, because they're doing such a great job. If Mr. Sadanand Gowda was sitting in his home the entire period of this quarantine, then what big work was he doing where now he deserves an exemption? Also, Shiv, I want to point out one thing. When the Vande Bharat mission started, the people that they brought in from outside, if you look at the flights coming in, you saw the number of people testing positive also, even though they were sitting just at home. So this contagion is something where you cannot pinpoint where people can get it from. A lot of people are asymptomatic, right? So even if Mr. Sadanand Gowda never did have any symptoms of it, if he was, God forbid, carrying it, again, I'm going to reiterate, he is jeopardizing the lives of thousands of others. This is not about his privilege.
Okay.
This is about the right of people in society to live without knowing that they're going to get this from someone who is coming in from a high risk.
Don't exaggerate.
And now if you look at it, the cases are on the rise because of the influx of people from outside. And this man should be setting an example.
I have to say,
this man should not be the one flouting the norms in your face and saying, this is my privilege.
Yeah.
Because when he was really needed, when the pharma cluster cases happened,
I
he
have
was
to
not
say
there.
one thing.
So
I have to
his
say one thing.
privilege needs to be
Mr.
checked.
Prakash,
So
I'll tell you one thing which you can take as a compliment. The reason why I think this story has also caused a lot of heat is because Karnataka has actually done pretty well in terms of containing the pandemic in the state. Karnataka is the first state that actually instituted the opening up of green zone, has acted with alacrity and done a lot of good work. That is the reason, sir. That is the reason why these things look bad. When somebody does something wrong, it makes the good work of others look bad. That's what I'm saying.
Good, and certainly we are in the forefront of fighting the pandemic, and Bangalore has been appreciated by the central government.
We have also
for
appreciated
the lowest mortality. We take the credit, and we also thank the people of Bangalore and the state for cooperating with the state. We don't exaggerate things. We don't have double standards. He has acted as per the government directive.
Okay. I'm going to close the matter there. I wonder if this will continue. But thank you, Aishwarya and Mr. Prakash, for joining me on this story. We'll try and get a word in from Mr. Sadanand Gowda. We always wish him the best of health. Remember, this is nothing personal. This is just about the message that is being sent out by someone as luminous as an ex-chief minister and a current union minister at a crucial time like this when public safety is paramount. Thanks very much, Aishwarya and Mr. Prakash, for joining me on that. But
hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.